Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I actually had a phone call, a voice call on Discord with one of the new owners, or in this case I think he's the admin. I'm talking to the developers, it's two I think right now that work on the game, literally right about now. Like, I'm in a group chat with everybody, and then I just wanted to let you know a few things that I learned from the voice call. Now, you guys know me, I'm always gonna say my truth. I'm always gonna tell you exactly what I think is going on, if it's savable, if it's not savable, if he's talking BS, or if he's talking the truth. So I was talking to DV, which I think his name's David or something. I'm just gonna address him as that. So I talked to David, very nice guy. At first I thought he was a little bit too friendly. I was like, you know when you talk to people and they're just so friendly that you're gonna be like, what's behind the bushes, you know? I told him that as well. We kind of had a laugh about that, but no, we had quite a long talk. I think we talked for almost an hour. I think it was like half an hour, 40 minutes. I don't even remember. I didn't look at the time, and we were talking about how the game has been progressing, what the current issues are with the code that has been left by Kimuro, and also about the state on what actually happened. He did tell me that he is an open book, and I was able to talk about everything that we talked in that call, so I thought I'm going to let you guys know what was happening. So, first of all, I mean, we just started to basically introduce each other. We already had a talk in the group chat before, and we were just talking about the state of the game and what are some ideas and whatnot and stuff like that. And I think the most important thing that I started talking to him about was how did they gain the game? How did they get it? So the timeline is supposed to be this way. Kimuro tried to sell it, right? Then there was a middleman or something like that. I'm not really sure. No, actually there wasn't yet. There was Lennon buying it, apparently. Scammer, not really sure. They had a middleman. They told me that there's like a group on Roblox where people sell games and where you can buy them for a little bit cheaper. I don't think he mentioned something called the stock or stock group or something like that. I don't really fully remember anymore. And then he said, then there's a guy that posted the game. It might have been a scammer. And they bought it off him with a man in the middle. There's usually a person with high reputation that is going to stand between the two people that either wants to sell something and wants to buy something. Somebody with very high reputation, and they told me that they have done this before. They've bought games, they refurnished them. I'm just gonna call it that, right? They buy games, get it out of this mess or out of a state where it's not really any viable anymore or making profit, and then they just like kind of rebuild it and stuff like that. That is at least how I understood the conversation that we had going on. I thought it was an interesting take. I also let them know, like, if they are the scammers, like we also talked about it, that even if they are the theory of the scammers, like even if they are like a big hacking group and they all took over and stuff like that, I told him, you know, it doesn't really matter for me personally who they are and what they have done in the past. For me, it's important what are they gonna do with it once they have achieved it, because he told me one thing, and that is very interesting. He said he wants to not only profit of the game in the long run. I mean, obviously, you could just, like, throw out a few things here, profit big time, let's say 50k in a few months, and then just leave it. Or you build it up and have something that's a bit bigger, that is a little bit more popular, and it lasts for a long run, right? He did tell me something that they got it for a few thousand US dollars. That's what I heard out of it. I'm not entirely sure if that's now the truth or not. I usually don't ask about money things like that, because A, it's not my business to know, and B, I don't really care, you know? I don't care how much they bought it or sold it or this and that. One thing is for certain though, Kimuro tried to sell it, and I also told them that if he gets scammed because he wanted to make money off of it, well, then there's always a chance of doing so, right? Now, we did talk a little bit about the future and what is going to happen in the near future. I also put in, my cat is doing so. Please stop that. Oh my god. Anyway, so we did talk a little bit about what could be in the future. So obviously, number one, they will also, I mean, that's my idea, they have to stabilize the market. That is something that I brought forward to them, and I told them that they really need to kind of find a way on stabilizing the market. Somebody in my comment section actually said something really interesting. You can actually raise the price for the items that you can sell at the merchant, and that will kind of stabilize it a little bit. it, and I also thought the idea of making the cap a little bit lower from the really expensive items like mythic items and stuff and such, that's kind of actually being affordable. There was also another thing that David said, and he said he wants to learn the game from scratch, so he started, I mean, he does have an admin account and he can like do things and stuff with it, but he did wanted to play from scratch to find out how difficult the game is and stuff like that. And I think personally that is a really good way of handling a game. This is exactly how I do it. When I start playing a game or go into a cooperation with developers, what I usually do is I start the game from scratch. I don't want any in-game currency yet or anything like that, and I just work myself through the game so I understand it a little bit better, because I'm making guides. Kind of makes sense, and a developer or an admin of the game should do the same thing so they understand how difficult is that game, how much grind is in it, and what perhaps needs to be fixed. So I thought that was a very nice and interesting way as well, because he said that he's starting to just play the game like everybody else. Now, another thing... Sorry guys. Alright, I'm back. Another thing that I wanted to say, and I completely forgot now because I was distracted by my cats. Let me think about it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next point. So, yeah, we did talk about it. He's playing the game, which I think is really good, and as a developer, you should know what you're kind of developing, or at least try to understand when you're trying to fix a code. I got it now. We did talk about the controversy of them giving gold away. He did tell me that it was true what happened. So the story was he had an admin account and he got a little bit of gold and he wanted to give back to the community, kind of like I think the idea, and he also said it completely backfired. He didn't mean to, and I believe him too. He went into the server and kind of like gifted away 50k here, 50k there. Apparently went into the millions. He says it wasn't. Players say they do. I kind of would side with the players a little bit, because I've seen some screenshots where there was quite a few big, you know, a lot of money given around, and that was a bad idea. He also said it was a bad idea. He actually got screamed at by one of the developers, and he said, damn, that was not supposed to, how the game was, how that idea was supposed to go. But anyways, he learned from it and he understood it. Now, we talked about monetization, and monetization is kind of important in kind of any game. Go into any Roblox game, you will only find a very, very few games that will, you know, thrive without making any money at all. Now, the number one idea that we all kind of brought into, because it's already implemented, is of course cosmetics. So if you actually think about it, there are games like World Zero and stuff that lived over 4.5 or 5 years of cosmetics and stuff like that in the game. So I think that is really a good idea. Bring in some cosmetics. And there was also an idea from my side, which is the Battle Pass. I think the Battle Pass idea is a good idea, where you have a free-to-play tier and then a VIP tier where you can just buy it. I think it should cost around 500 Robux for the VIP one that lasts for about a month or a season or whatever you want to call it, and you're supposed to get in there maybe like EXP potions, maybe a little bit of gold, maybe a few rubies, stuff like that, something that kind of like brings a little bit more balance into the game. That was my idea. You can hate me for it, but I think I've seen it in other games and other people like it, and every time I join a new game or something, I think I always, you know, buy first a Battle Pass, because that usually, if you're an active player, that kind of keeps you going from coming back to the game, going like, oh damn, I have like these daily quests and stuff like that in there from the Battle Pass, I should be doing them. And I think this is a great way of implementing it, and of course it's very important to not leave the free-to-play players behind, and also have a little bit of a free-to-play tier that also gives a few rubies, also a little bit of gold here and there, maybe a cosmetic at the end, or maybe like a few mythic details at the end of the Battle Pass, stuff like that. I think would truly benefit for the whole, you know, community and stuff like that. We're still talking about a few things. They've actually involved me in quite a few things. Now, it might be, you know, let my enemy of my enemy be my friend. It could be something like that. It couldn't be. I don't know. But the conversation that we had was really, really good. It was super positive. We agreed on many, many things. There's a few things that we kind of like worked out. One of them was these gold giveaways and stuff like that. And he didn't make any secrets out of it. And he said, yeah, it backfired. It was not meant to, you know, happen that way, but now they're looking forward to kind of work on it. Now, right now I'm in the chat here with the main two developers. One of them is called Dabble and one of them is Alexander. They sent me quite a lot of DMs in here right now. I'm not going to be sharing that yet with you. That's probably for a video for another time. I just wanted to let you know that I talked to the entire team. Everybody seems super friendly, and if they are these notorious hackers and scammers and master manipulators, then congratulations, you have master manipulated me, because I kind of believe in them. I have no idea why. The stuff that they bring forward to me and the stuff that they have done for the community, I also vouched for all of the old staff to be unbanned and brought back, and they did as well. So we have back Arthaz is back, Emmy or Emai or whatever is back, Clocky is in the system. So everybody that was banned was now unbanned, and they are all kind of trying to work this thing out. You can also support me because they opened up a channel which is Abducted by Robloxians under content creation, and you will see all of my videos in there, and you can support me by giving them likes and, you know, just a few reactions along the way. That is the info I have for you. I'm still working a few things out with these guys, and we're still trying to figure out a few things that you guys might like, because I always take your comments under my video and I always bring them forward to the team. So if you have any cool ideas, balance changes and stuff like that, write them down. Don't make it too big, just a small, like a few phrases, like 2 or 3 sentences, what you would like to have in the game, and I will then take that information, at least the best that I think is good, and give it to the developers. Maybe they're interested in it as well. That's basically me now. I'm the middleman between the community and between the new team of dungeon leveling. I do believe in them, and people have already said, how much did they pay you? They didn't pay me anything. You know, you guys know, if they really are up to no good and they try to destroy the game, trust me, I'm gonna be the first one making a video about it, like I did with the drama videos. You know, I'll always be on the side of the community, but you know, time will tell. You know, many people talk like that. You'll just see. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on and what kind of things we're gonna be doing in the future. I mean, I'm already talking like I'm the developer now. I'm obviously not, but you guys know what I'm saying. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I hope you guys, this gave you a little bit more insight on what's going on right now, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Goodbye, peace.